Supporters of President Trump, they protested in Washington yesterday. You can see the images here behind us. Thousands more plan to join them this morning, including some from our area. NBC10's Randy Gyllenhaal live at Bensalem, where a group of Trump supporters plan to take a road trip from there all the way down to D.C. Randy.
Hey, good morning. You mentioned today Congress counts those already certified electoral votes. Typically, that's a pretty ceremonial procedural process. But this year, thousands of supporters of the president are flocking to Washington, including many from right here in Bucks County. We're in Bensalem, where about 4 o'clock this morning, 100 of them gathered outside the Trump merchandise store here in Bensalem. They hopped on buses, headed to D.C., urging Congress to overturn the election.
We said that we got to get down there and stand up for what we believe in and make sure that free and fair elections and the president are represented. So I hired a bus and it filled up so fast we had to get a second one. Are we ready to go? Yeah, give me a yeah!
About 100 supporters of President Trump arrived at 4 a.m. They got on 2 buses to drive to D.C., many citing conspiracy theories alleging widespread voter fraud without providing evidence. Of course, courts across the country have not found any widespread irregularities. Some of the supporters of the president, enthused but not wearing masks, say they were hoping that the vice president steps in. President Trump had falsely tweeted yesterday that Vice President Mike Pence has the power to reject certified electors from states like Pennsylvania that voted for Joe Biden. But constitutional scholars say there's just no truth to that, and nothing in the Constitution would support it.
The vice president does not have the power to reject the state's electors. There's nothing in the Constitution, there's nothing in federal law that gives him that power. The vice president does not have the authority to decide whether an electoral vote is valid or not. And if you think about it for a second, it would be crazy to give him that power, because the vice president is almost always on the ballot.
Well, amid pressure from Trump, it's unclear what Pence plans to do, but experts believe it's highly unlikely he would attempt to throw out votes. However, Congress can object to electoral votes. We are expecting that to happen to some degree. A number of House Republicans, including nearly all of the Pennsylvania delegation, planning to object. But it would require majorities from both the House and the Senate. Of course, the House controlled by Democrats. So at this point, it's a Hail Mary. For now, we're live in Bensalem. Randy Gyllenhaal, NBC 10 News.